Well, this is the start of a new video. I can't say it's the start of the new day because I've been busy all morning. I had to drive all the way up to Fernandina, Amelia Island, and meet with some framers up there and the on-site supervisor and coordinate with them on what needed to be done with the framing on the stairs. It's a 3-story, so it has 4 flights of stairs. So I had to have them maneuver. They had them all buggered up, so I had to send them on their right path and tell them which way to, what they needed to do, so that the finished product, when I get in there, I don't have to redo a bunch of stuff, which I wouldn't be able to anyways. It was a good thing they called me because it would have been a complete tear out after it's already been drywalled and everything. So it was a good thing that they called me, and we got together on it and came up with a plan on the best way to get it done. So, but then I drove all the way back down here to Jacksonville and got started on this mud bench that we're going to be doing here. I'd open up the door to get a little bit more light in here, but the landscape guys are out there making all kinds of noise, so you wouldn't probably be able to hear me if I even did open the doors. So let me just run over what I've already started to do. Here I've got, I cut out the baseboard. Let me see if I turn my hat light on. Yeah, that helps a little bit. I cut out the baseboard so I can put my base in. This is going to be a base. I'm going to have supports in here too, so that when I put the plywood on top of here, the plywood's going to come within 3/4 of this, because the face of the 1x2 is going to go right here. So my measurement is going to be, for my plywood, is going to be, this mark here is 19 1/4. So I'm going to go 3/4 less than that, so I would need my piece of plywood 18 1/2 by however long this is. And so I got to cut that, because this is notched out like this because it's going to be like a toe kick, like the kitchen cabinets and the bathroom cabinets have. So they sort of coincide with each other. They should always have a toe kick anyways. Whenever you have cabinetry in front of you, this is going to be a bench seat here with 4 little cubby holes in it, and then there's going to be another 4 little cubbies up top here, a little shelf with 4 little cubbies, and then there's going to be pegs in the wall, or pegs in a 1x on the back of the wall there, so they can hang their coats up. So yeah, I guess what I need to do now is secure all this. I cut all this before lunch and I went to lunch. Now I'm back, so I'm going to nail all this, secure it in, and then get my supports for here, so that it makes a good sturdy base for me. And then I'll go ahead and cut the sides, the back, and the 2 sides and the back, because that supports the next piece up, and then the center pieces for the cubbies. And it'll all come together as long as you watch through this video. This will be the video today, is this mud bench, and maybe a little bit more. We'll see how far I get along. It's after lunch now, so I might be just getting the mud bench. I have to get this done today because the flooring is coming in on March 7th, and that's not too far away. So, and the flooring is going to go right up to this toe kick right here along here. So I have to get this done. So let me see here. I need my nail gun. I need to nail this off. Get my tools out. Have a screw gun handy. And a cut-all tool handy. You never know when you're gonna need that cut-all tool. I gotta throw all that baseboard away. It's not good anymore. And I gotta sand all this when it dries too. So when he's done, I'll throw that baseboard out. Okay, let me go ahead and put this over here. There we go. I'm gonna plug my compressor in. Hey, here we go. Oh, I need my hammer too. My hammer and tools. All right, let's see what we got for a measurement here. 14 3/8. I'll tell you what it needs to be. 1, 2, 3 of them, 14 3/8. Takes care of that. These really don't have to be dead on. They can be just roughly put in there. They're just for supports. That's it. Supports only. These nails usually helps. Okay. Now I get my length. 66 and a half. 66 and 5/8. So we'll go 66 and 9/16. We'll split the difference. Doesn't have to be exact because the edges all get covered anyway. So 66 and 9/16 by 18 3/8. No. We need to do something better here. I'll explain what I'm doing here. A lot of lumber has different dimensions. Some of them are relatively roughly close, but if you have the material on hand, it's always good to go ahead and measure what you're going to use, or use a piece as a line mark. That way you can you know exactly where where you need to measure to. So what I got to do here. So I'm going to butt this to here because this is going to get a 1x2 face all the way around it. So that tells me how wide this piece of plywood needs to be from the corner to here. And that's just what I said, 18 and a half. That's what I said earlier. So this must be true 3/4. No, not quite. It's 11/16. Oh well. Okay. Go ahead and cut this piece of plywood now. Okay, I needed 18 and a half by 66 and 9/16. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my 18 and a half first. The full length of the 8-foot, this 8-foot piece of 4x8 piece of birch plywood here. I'm going to cut my 18 and a half first, and then I'm going to get my 66 and 9/16 out of it, and that'll leave me what's left for the segments that I need to segregate those cubby holes. You'll see when I get them cut. Okay, let's go ahead and put you somewhere. Right here. How's that? Does that get you? You got it covered? 18 and a half, all right? That's what we need. Lock in 18 and a half. Turn this bad boy on. Okay. Now I need, what, 66 and 9/16, right? Yep. 66 and 9/16. So let's see, let's pull that off here. 66 and 9/16. Now, I'll move this down. And I'll clamp this. Because you know me, I always clamp my material down. Might as well go ahead and clamp this end so it doesn't go falling and get damaged after it gets cut off. Now, I have my jig here. And if you can see, my jig's a little bit smaller than what the board is. Hopefully, I can cut this a little bit straight. We'll see. We'll see how good I get it. Hopefully the saw will go ahead and go straight for me. Let's see what we got here. Woohoo! Well, when a plan comes together. Oh, this dust is killing me. See, now I can use, see this is the same width as this. I can cut this and use this as part of the center supports for the next level up. Move this. Okay, now that's going to be the bottom. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a toe kick here. Okay, we're back. What I did was I cut the backer pieces. Let me show you what I did. I think they're done with the yard work now. So I can probably open this up and maybe get a little bit more light in there. But what I did was these are the ones that I cut before, the 5 that I cut before. And these were 14¼ by 18½ wide. Now, what I cut was the ones for the back. I made those 15¾ wide because in between here and here is 15¾ And what that does is it sandwiches the backs of them and keeps this nice and sturdy. See what I'm saying? See how it connects everything together? And it holds his back good and sturdy. When I nail this to the wall back there, these uprights aren't going to go anywhere. And then when I put the top panel on top of here, I'm going to nail the top panel into each one of these. So everything's going to be good and sturdy, and won't have to worry about it falling apart. So let me go ahead and nail this up. Yeah, that was 15¾ by 14¼ tall, because remember these were 14¼ tall. So all I have to do is secure these, and then I'll cut the top piece, lay it in, and then the bottom cubby will be done except for the face of it. And then I'm waiting for the bead board for the walls back here. But I can measure up 48 inches for that, and then start working my way up. So, all right, let me go ahead and nail this off. Let me put you over here. I'll put you on the stairs so you can watch from over here. Hopefully you'll stay up here. Yeah, can you see me? I'm sure you can. I need to get rid of this. Oh, needle on a nail. That would hurt. All right. Nice and flush. Put this within my pencil marks and make sure it's flush. Back it with a couple brads. Toenail it in with brads. Would help bad nails. I'll get away with one inches for this. One of them popped through, had to break it off. Okay, now that I know these are all exactly 15 3/4 and they're all nice and plumb, and all the face are nice and flush, I can go ahead and nail this back side off. I can nail it home. What I do need is I need my stud finder. That'll help. Won't help on a couple of them, but it'll help on what I need to do. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I think there's something behind that wall other than the studs. There's probably pipes in that wall or something. Oh, I know what it probably is. There's braided steel, stainless steel braided tie downs. It's like a cable. That's what it's picking up. But anyways, let's go ahead and okay. There we go. Let's double check on this. 15 7/8, 15 7/8, 15 7/8. Yep, everything's going to go this way. So these are all leaning that way, so I'll start from that side, work my way back this way when I go to nail these into the lid. I'll pull my measurement from that side and work my way this way. And let's see what we have for a measurement for the top here. This is the one we want to make pretty accurate. This one is 66 11/16. How you like that? 66 11/16 all the way. Now I do have a hump in the wall here. So what I'm going to do is dry fit it in there, pencil mark that hump in the wall, take it back out, cut that little mark it, cut it out, and then put it back in so it'll sit flush everywhere else. Let's go ahead and cut this one to length. What did I say? 66 and 11/16? Sure did. Measure twice, cut once. And 11/16. I know that's the end of square because it's factory cut. 66 and 11/16. Boy, that didn't read much. Boy, I just made that. Okay. This has been the handiest thing that I've ever made. It works real great for what I do here, for these built-ins and these shelving and everything. I just carry it with me all the time. That's the only pain in the butt because a lot of times it just gets in the way or it keeps falling out of the van every time I open up the back doors. But other than that, it's been real handy. It sure beats having to make one every time I need one. Let's put you back up here. Yep, still see. Now we gotta mark this. Put this in place. Okay, I have 18 and 7/8. 18 and 7/8. Let me show you what I'm doing here real quick. Come on, let me see this backside here. Okay, see this gap that's back here? And then it humps right here, this hump right here. And then we have the same amount of gap here. What I did to make sure that my board is square to the wall, I pulled from the corner out, which is 18 and 7/8. 18 and 7/8. And then I went over to this corner and I pulled out and to the edge of the board, it's 18 and 7/8. So now I can go ahead and mark this. And I think it's, yeah, about a 3/8 gap. Yes, sir, it's 3/8 of a gap. So what I need to do is I need to find something that's roughly about 3/8 of an inch. Remember, that back wall is getting beadboard, so it doesn't have to have the gap completely closed up to 1/8 of an inch. All right, found something here. This here is 3/8 of an inch thick. It's a piece of door stop. But what I do, see how it's gonna fit in here. Put you over here so you can see what I'm doing here. Now, it keeps my pencil mark so I know where it's at anyways. So, if you can see, that made my pencil mark for this notch out, for this hump. So all I have to do is just follow that line, take this out, take my circular saw, follow that line, and it should fit right in there now. Let's see if it works. Put you over here. Circular saw. Let's see what that does. Let's see if that helped. Spin you around here. I put it in place and I'll bring you over. Should be able to see. All right, yeah. Well, it got me so I can get the front of my boards all flush with each other. Well, that one's got a little bit of a proudness, so does that one. So what I'm gonna have to do is pull this out just a hair more. There we go. Okay, now I still have a little bit of a gap back here, but when I put my beadboard on there, that beadboard's going to cover that. So I'm not too worried about that back there. I'm more worried about these up here up front, because when you go to put all this together up front here, all this 1x up front, you know, when you go to put this piece underneath this piece, it's going to make these edges hard to work with. So that's what I'm more concerned about. So let me go ahead, nail the perimeter off, and then I can get, you know, pull my measurements before I nail these. Pull my measurement, nail that one, pull my measurement, nail that one, pull my measurement, nail that one. And that way they should be all 15 3/4 wide. All right? I don't think you need to watch all that because I just explained it to you. So I'll bring you in when I go to work the upper part here. I'm going to let the camera cool down. Alright, what I did here was I just pulled my measurement long ways, and I'm going to put this 1x2 right up here, and it's going to be flush to the top of this. Right here, flush to the top of this. Then all I have to do is all the way down, nail that. Then all I have to do is get the uprights and put those, divide those right in the center of the uprights so that you have a little bit of an overhang. I'll show you that when we come to it. But yeah, let me go ahead and nail this off. It's a hard one-handed here. And see this? Got a nail that blew through. You know, it's partially my fault for nailing that close to the end, you know, to the side. But I could nail that right in the center, and it could follow that wood grain right the way, right same path that I just went. But there's nothing you can do about it. All I can do is, what I do is I wiggle it back and forth until it breaks. There we go. Now that's puttyable. I can put some putty in there and straighten it out. Let's try it again. Okay, now all I have to do is pull my measurements for each one of these. This one's 13 and 7/16, 13 and 7/16, 13 and 7/16, 13 and 7/16, and 13 and 7/16. Now that's pretty darn good. That rarely happens where they're all the same, so I need 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, 5 of them. 13 and 7/16. Let me go ahead and set you up here. And that way you can, well, you can watch me from over here. Change over to these because they're longer nails. Hey, see if they fit. How you like that? Fit like a dream. Good and tight. I won't tell you, this is a family channel, so I won't tell you what okay, I have a 1/2 inch exposure on the back, and a 3/8, so I'm going to split the difference to 7/16 and 7/16. Pull this out just a little bit. (14 and 9/16, 14 and 7/16. So that's a little concerning. I'll go 14 and a half. There we go. (7/16). 15. And 15. There we go. Bottom is done. That's all it gets on the bottom. Okay, now it's all finished. We got the toe kick. You got each cubby hole. Nice deep cubby holes for backpacks or whatever. And then it's got a nice 1x2 facing on it. And then they putty all the joints and fill all the nail holes and caulk all the joints, caulk all that inside. Everything looks real nice and pretty when it's done. Now I wish the assistant supervisor would show up with the beadboard so I can get that up, but I guess I could do that anytime. This is where the height of the beadboard is, so I know that it's going to get a 1x8 from here down, but I want to put the 1x8 over the beadboard so it helps hold the beadboard in. So this will be the bottom height of the second cubbies. There's going to be a smaller set of these, but up here on the walls. So what I need to do is I need to get my full width measurement, and then I've got a piece out there that I'm going to make that the depth, it's 10 or something inches, plus the plywood is 10 and something inches, and then you have 3/4 for the facing, so it'll be almost 12-inch box up there, cubby box, and that's for like hats and gloves and mittens and all kinds of neat stuff up there. And then you'll have the top shelf on top of it too for other things, for boxes and everything. So let's go ahead and start making this. I do like to have that 1x up. I could do that, and I'll just cut my beadboard underneath it, give it a nice caulk line, I guess. So what I need to do is pull my measurement here for a 1x8. So go ahead and do that. And 11/16. Set this, I want to show you something here. Okay, this is going to go up on the wall, up underneath that second set of cubbies that I was just saying, that I was explaining about. This is where he wants to take probably 1/2-inch wood dowel. He wants holes drilled here, you know, say for coat hooks. He wants them at an angle. So what I need to do is make my pencil marks. I need to call him and find out what size those wood dowels are. Or I could just drill them out and then he could get the wood dowel to fit. Or just make the marks and let him drill the holes. That sounds like a better idea. I'll just mark it for him. So, how I'm going to mark this out, I guess, is I'm going to find the center, which is 66 and 11/16, so let's just say 66 will be 33, and half of 3/4 is another 3/8, so it would be 33 and 3/8, roughly. It's a hair less than that. 33 and 3/8 is the center mark. Okay. Now, I don't know how many hooks he wants to do. Go 6, 12. 18, 24, 32. Nope. That leaves an inch. Inch and a quarter. Okay. So, yeah, we can go every 6 inches here. Pull an inch and a quarter off that side, inch and a quarter off that side. Go 6, 12, 18, 24, 32. Those will be all the center marks of the little peg holes. 24, 16, nope, 24, 18. You almost made me screw up there. You didn't tell me to stop. 18, 12, 6. So the first one's going to be 7 inches in, but they'll be fine. There'll be 6 inches on every one. Okay, so now if we go 3 inches from the top, that one, 3 inches from the bottom on this one, 3 inches from the bottom on this one, which will be 19 3/8. Inches. Alternate here a little bit. 3 inches. Three inches. Inches. And 3 inches. Yeah, okay. So, that's what we have. That's where all the pegs are going to go, and they're going to stagger up and down. Now the reason why why I like to stagger them is because usually things on these pegs, they get bunched up like scarves and stuff like that and everything. They get balled up in the big area. When you have two big balls, bunches together, they get, stuff likes to fall off. So if you keep one lower than the other one, it's sort of, this one more or less holds this one in, this one holds this one in, you know what I'm saying? So if you have a bunch of stuff on there, one holds the other one in. Works out pretty good. Well, something doesn't look right there, does it? No, that's 8 inches. Should be 6 inches. Yeah, that's 8 inches. See? You guys didn't catch me on that either, did you? Or were you back there screaming at me saying, hey, those last two in the center don't look right? Well, let me get that corrected. Okay, 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. You know what? I don't even know if he's gonna like that either. I'm just gonna let him figure it out what he wants. Yeah, I think that'd be best. Just let him figure out what he wants, let him drill them out. That way, because if I put this on here, he goes throwing it out and then he doesn't like it, then I'll have to come back and replace it. So I'll go ahead and oh, by the way, sandpaper works great for pencil eraser. When you have primed lumber. Okay. Back to square one. Let's go ahead and laser level this thing in so we know we're at the right height all the way across. Let me get you set up over here. Yep, I'm going to use the laser level with the clamp on it. Now I can clamp it on the door like I did for the pantry shelves. Oh, look at that. Okay, got my laser level up. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that on there. That marks my center for my beadboard all the way down. It tells me where, because I'm going to have to seam this because it's wider than 4 foot. So I'm going to have to take an 8-footer, cut the 2 lengths, and then cut the widths. So I'm going to go ahead and pencil mark these in so I know exactly where. I'm just a hair off there. I need to move that just a hair. Thing is, the door keeps moving afterwards. I get it right, and then the door moves. It's the whole part of hooking it up to a door, because the door, you know, something that moves, it doesn't want to work right. Okay, that's close enough. Let it settle down a little bit. No, that isn't close enough. Let's see if I can use this paint bucket to hold it in place. Oh yeah. That's all it took was a paint bucket to hold it in place. Now right on. Now I can go ahead and pencil mark this. Now I know this will be the center of my beadboard. All the way down. You're probably wondering what that hole is. That's where that hump was. Somebody apparently kicked a hole in here, and then they just plastered it, and that's why there was a hump there. So I had to take that hump out so my beadboard will sit flat, so my beadboard won't be humped too. Crazy. So, all right, let me put you up here or let you watch. Top of my board. Okay. Nothing over there. Okay, so I got the laser line at the top of my board there. Now all I have to do is start making the cubby holes for the top. Alright, let me put you over here. Camera's getting a little warm, so I'm going to cut it off for a minute. Let it cool down. Okay, you got you a nice fresh battery in there. But let's see what we got here. Put you right up here. Got my trusty torpedo level. Make sure this is excuse me, nice and level. Yep. Raise it up, nice and well. Double check, yep. Okay, I'm sure there's a couple of you out there probably wondering why I don't just build a box and then put it up on the wall. I've done that, and every time I've done it, I've had to fight with all my might to get that box to fit in that hole. I usually like to build it in place instead of putting it all together and then trying to slide it in there between these two walls. Because the box, if you turn it sideways, it's longer sideways from point to point, and it doesn't want to slide in. If it does, it distorts it. It just twists it, it bends the nails, everything. It just distorts it in order to get it in anyways. This way I can build it, everything's good and tight to the wall. It's really tight. I make sure everything's level and plumb. I nail everything to the walls, and then I nail everything to each other, and it's built in place. And there's no distortion trying to fit it in. Any of you that have tried to build one of these before, so that it's tight from wall to wall, most cabinets when they're built, they aren't built wall to wall. They're built with a gap in between so that they can get the cabinet within wall to wall. And then they usually put spacers in between the cabinet and the wall. That way they don't have to fight to get that box into another box. It's just too tight. It doesn't work. You need mathematically, you know, it just doesn't work. Size, space-wise, whatever. So this is why I built it in place. And once it's built in place and caulked and painted, it's not going anywhere. It is self-supportive. So, okay, let's get back together. I'll get my measurement for the top one, and then I can put my inserts in, and then put my facing on it, and it's a done deal. That way I don't have to fight anything to get it in there. Okay, I need one more insert, but I need to put my measurement for this here first. I got 66 3/4. 66 3/4 it is. Alright then, here's my one support. See, I can barely even get this thing in here, just the way it is. Try getting a whole box that's put together in here. It's nearly impossible. Flush, flush. I'm nice and flush here. Yep, flush enough. This is level because I know I laser leveled it. So now I can go ahead and nail this top one up. Using 2-inch angle nails, number 15. They ain't going nowhere. They're good and sturdy. This whole thing's going to be good and sturdy when I'm done with it. Okay, if I remember correctly, we have 15 3/4. Let's see if that works again for us. 15 3/4. We got a little piece. $15 3/4. Space it. $15 3/4. Space it. 15 3/4. Space it. 15 3/4. How you like that? Love it when a plan comes together. So, okay. Slide this thing in there right like that. Slide that one in there like that. down the hole. Oh, I know this. It's pollen. Yeah, the freaking pollen is tearing me up. Straight up and down. I'm going to take a look at that. Yep, that's straight on right there. We'll just make this a little bit easier. Throw a pencil line. Work smarter, not harder, right? Make sure it's flush outside. All right. Now I get my square. Check this. Dead on, dead on, dead on. Look at that. Well, I can't ask for anything better than that. Right there. There. Okay, just nail those right there. Paint bucket. Wow. Where to go? Damn it. That's right on the money. Sucker is not going anywhere. hair off the bottom. There we go, feels like a glove. There's that one. Look at that. It's almost like it grew there. Okay. Get some glue on that. In case you're wondering what I'm using Super 77 spray glue. I better hurry up. That's why I like to put this stuff in when it's still wet. Here's why I like to put it in when it's wet. Not much I can do with it. Best I can do with it. I cannot dictate. Well, the wall dictates on what I'd cut it to. The wall's warped. Well, the wall is warped. And that's what I'm left with right there. The wall is not straight. There's a hump right there. There's not much I can do about that. As I always say, they give you a chicken turd to make dinner out of. What kind of dinner are you going to have? So, alright, well, this is a finished product. Let me pull this away. Well, not finished, but I mean, once it gets painted and caulked, and the pegs have to be drilled and put in because they put, you know, coat hooks there. But yeah, it's a finished product. That's what it looks like. Sort of feel like I gypped you guys a little bit on just a little bit of work today, but this will probably make a full video, even with editing some of it out. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you learned something. Maybe you can build something like this in your own home. You know, just watch this video over and over a couple of times and get some of the techniques I did with this, and it'll make for a fast job for you, you know, a fast, sturdy, good, clean job. So I hope you learned something. I hope you use it. And there's other videos coming up, so if there's something you can use on those, stay tuned. Subscribe and click on the notification, and you'll be able to see something that maybe you could put in your house. So thanks for watching. Sincerely, I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.